Hey everybody, welcome to another one of my videos. And just looking at this city, I bet you there wouldn't be too many people would know where this is. And here's a clue: it's in Asia, and it's a city called Dili. It's on the island. It's in East Timor, which is to the right of Indonesia and up to the left of Australia. Now it's late in the afternoon here, and we're going to be flying from Dili to Darwin in the Northern Territory of Australia. And because it's close to Australia, we're going to be flying in the Boeing 737-800 Zibo with a Virgin Australia livery. I downloaded this airport from the org store, and considering it's a fairly unknown part of the world, it's not too bad. And of course, just to make it a little bit more interesting, I got an ortho tile for around here, which I think is not too bad either. Now later on I'll do a little bit of trivia and give you a breakdown of what the history is like around this area. But at the moment we'll get ourselves ready for the flight. Six minutes to alignment. Let's get some window heat on, unless I forget. Okay, ICAO code for Dili is a Whiskey Papa Delta Lima. Just double checking that. Yep. Okay, Whiskey Papa Delta Lima. And Darwin is a Yankee Papa Delta November. SimBrief have given us a route to Darwin. Let's activate that, and we are going to have a call sign of velocity 200. Execute per minute. Okay, that far, and we'll go over to our EFB and start organising fuel. According to SimBrief, payload. fuel. Okay, so let's get our fuel truck over, have a look outside, and there it is. Now, because there's no air bridge there, I suppose me probably be a good idea if I open some doors. So we'll open the forward door. We won't open the aft entry. We'll just do the forward and aft cargo, and so the passengers can get on. We'll extend the stairs. Let's go outside and just double check. Yep, that's all open, and the cargo doors are open. I've got ground handling by whoever it was, Jar Design, but I'm not going to bother with this. Well, let's have a look and see how the fuel is going. Now, we've got a fair way to go before the tanks are full. Just make sure it's filling. Yep, there it is. What we can do then in the meantime is let's get some of our passengers on board. And while we're not aligned yet, we can still put in we can do our departure on this. Oh, what we will do is go to Avitab and the airport. Now I suspect that Dili Airport won't have any major navigation equipment and SIDS or stars.
Guys, the wheel's on board.
So let's have a look at the airport first. There we go, straightforward, just a single runway. 081 one end, 26 the other end. You see 0 departures, so basically it means which way the winds are blowing. So we just may as well leave that on the airport information. And let's have a look at our weather. Care of active sky. Okay. Yeah, we've got wind from 303 at 07 knots, some scattered cloud at 160. The outside temperature is 29, our QNH is 1009. And we're going to have a look at the briefing. And according to this, the candidate runway for landing and obviously departure is runway 26, which is over here. Tail pointing that way, so we're going to have a look outside. That's 26 down there, which means we're going to have to taxi and backtrack up to the end of the runway there. Looks like our passengers are all finished, so we'll terminate that. We can start the service crews putting all the luggage on board. And we better sit everybody down. let's see how our fuel's going. Still a little bit to go. Okay, so we're departing runway 26. Execute that because there's no SID. And there's our legs. Our GPS is aligned. While we're here, we can put in our QNH. Have a quick look at our modes. It's pretty straightforward. It's not a long, it's only about an hour, I think a bit over an hour. I see our tanks are going to be, we're going to be using our centre tank as well. We're nearly there. Just about full. So when it's full, we should see the fuel truck should maybe just disappear by itself, I think. And there it goes. Okay, so we know we're right there. We can go in here and do our perfinite. That's what I was after. So we can just enter those. Reserve's going to be 2. The cost index is 3.8. We're going to be at flight level. Oh, we may not be able to do it. It's looks like we're limited to 348, which I don't think it'll accept 35. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it did. Okay. Air cruise wind's going to be 304. 004. And we've got an outside temperature of minus 42 Celsius up there. Transit altitude is 11,000 for this part of the world. And can we derate this a bit? Yep, let's try, say, a 45-degree derate. And that gives us a reduction to 96.5. Flaps 5. Seat G, and the trim's 515. And it can go down. That's about 10, 20, yeah, that's about right. Here's our VREFs, V1, VR. What I might do is let's stop the service cruise here. And what we can also do, let's close our doors. First off though, we've got to retract the stairs. Go home, go here, go doors, close, close, close. Back down to here. Got 141 as our VREF. Let's get our flight directors on now. And I'm even going to go to our RTO. Our altitude will initially go out at 10. And our runway 26 direction is 256 degrees. So that's all done. And go to legs here. Yes, it's just a departure from 26 and straight over the first waypoint. So like I say, no SIDS. Yep. Alright, next thing we can do is get that APU up and running. Make sure the packs are on. It's we've got our seatbelts on. I'm going to put the yaw damper on now. Okay, it's 5 level 350. EGT's rising on the APU. And while that's doing that, let's have a look outside, and we did say we're down the other end, so it looks like we're just going to get a push back over to here. We can organise that in a minute. EGT is just about right. Bleeds can come on. Yeah, it's about right. 2000 foot is in the box. There's definitely no ATC up in this part of the world. Or once in a year maybe if we're lucky. Okay. Well, I think it's time that we got our pushback.
Round to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready. Round to cockpit. Tail is driving up.
It's looking pretty good out there. Flags are flying. Obviously that's the national flag of East Timor. Yeah, I don't think that's bad scenery at all. You know, people waiting around.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Looks like Singapore Airlines comes in. Yeah, the sun's going down, so over there.
Still connected and bypass spinning circuit. Release parking brake. Starting pushback. You may start the engine.
There we go, N2's rising already. 25, introduce fuel. Looks like we're probably going to need a bit of light soon. Don't know why it did that, but okay, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Could have should have disconnected the ground power, but obviously that it's gone.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. And signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you. Let's check our controls, eh? Sure, the lighting's looking pretty good this time of the day. Start the clock. Should have put the anti-collision on. Looks like a chopper there just hovering. Turn the sound up just a little bit. Shouldn't be anything coming in. Probably look anyway. Okay, backtracking up to runway 26. on track. Take your eyes off and that's what happens. In case you're wondering, those 3 green dots at the top, that's an LUA script for telling you whether your undercarriage is up or down. Not that I forget, but it's always handy as a reminder. Okay, I hope we've got enough room down here to turn this thing around. Let's have a look. Ooh, there's not much room. And my pedals aren't always 100%. But anyway, give it a try. Will I get there? Yes. Yeah, that runway could have had a little bit better room to turn around there. Okay.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Take off into the setting sun. I think that's my Toga. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Check. A little bit off the line.
V1, rotate.
Whoa, we just had enough.
Positive rate.
Thank you. Gear up. Yep. A little bit too high on the angle of attack.
400.
Well, that runway was a little bit shorter than I thought. Okay, what have we got? Yeah, the LNAV. Okay, let's go for VNAV, and it doesn't want to work. Yep. It might behave itself when we get around. Nope. Now we got up straight up to flight level 350. Oh, we're on course. Nope. Well, that vertical speed's a bit too much. Upping off in speed, let's fix that up. 250. Let's get our gear all the way up. Sorry, our flaps all the way up. Yeah. That doesn't want to work. Might have to recycle our flight directors in a minute. Everything's right there.
Thousand to go.
They're climbing at 1700 up to 10. We're passing transition height in a minute, so we'll go to standard barrow there. Standard barrow is there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. However, for your own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any assistance you may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight entertainment has begun.
Well, overspeeding. Yeah, we should. That should bring it back. Dropping back now. I think we'll just climb at that speed. Let's just bring that up a bit. About 270, 75 for our climb. Just wondering whether that's something to do with that trim before making that sound, but yeah, don't know. No, won't work. First off, let's cycle the autopilot. No, doesn't want to work. Nope. Outside temperature's dropping down a bit. We'll just play it safe. Could be climbing a lot faster than that. We're going down actually, so let's fix that. $275. It's better. TAI above there, alright. I get the message. All our packs are okay. Now we're heading a bit of weather. 116 degrees at 11 knots. Yeah, I might just increase that a little bit. Should maybe turn some weather radar on it. Might just drop the sound down a little bit. Yeah, well, I don't think the VNAV's going to work for us today, so one more try. No. We'll have to fly to Darwin, just adjusting our speed and altitude. That's the overhead, isn't it? The one up there. We'll probably go through our Senate tank there fairly quickly. And we should be doing Mach 0.76 when we get up to flight level 350. Just before, I was going to mention a little bit of trivia about East and West Timor. Originally, East Timor was part of the Portuguese Empire throughout the world. Of course, Macau in China was also a Portuguese colony. And the West, I believe, was maybe part of the Dutch East Indies. So in essence, back in the days with the colonial powers grabbing up everything they could, the Dutch got most of what we now know as Indonesia, but the Portuguese were able to grab the east section of Timor, so they must have come to agreement and split the island in the middle, because back in those days the British were into Malaya, into Australia, New Zealand. The French were in Vietnam and all those places. And then after the Second World War, when everybody wanted to grab their independence, the Indonesians took over what was basically the Dutch East Indies. But for quite a while, Portugal hung on to East Timor. And then eventually, not quite sure, was it during the 80s? No, 1980s, Portugal realised they couldn't maintain hold over East Timor economically, so they decided virtually just to walk away, and that left the door open for Indonesia to say, well, it's really part of our territory, so we're going to take it back. So they marched into East Timor. United Nations didn't like it. Portugal couldn't really do much about it, so United Nations sent some troops in there basically to kick the Indonesians out. Took quite a few years, and during the time the Indonesians were there, there was a lot of nasty things that went on. But eventually, with the help even from Australia, East Timor eventually got its independence, and Dili, where we to call for is the capital. These are rumours, some of the reasons why Indonesia wanted to have possession is there's talk of offshore oil. I don't think it's been developed yet. So that's so much for the trivia, and we're coming up to close to cruising height, and at that point I'll stop the recording of the video and restart again when we're getting close to our point of descent, top of descent, by which time I think we'll probably be into the dark, and looks like we'll be landing in Darwin in the darkness. So until then, and here we pardon me, here we are back again. Flight level 350. I still haven't been able to sort out the VNAV problem, so we'll just have to take it down manually. We're just coming up to 40 nautical miles before top of descent, and just looking ahead, I've already checked out exactly what the likely approach is going to be, and according to Active Sky and the briefing, candidate runway at Darwin is runway 29, which is an ILS approach. Looking at the weather ahead there, the wind's coming from 290 at 7 knots. Pretty much the same sort of weather it was over Dili. Outside temperatures 31, QNH is 1009. Let's just have a look at our map. Yeah, you can see there's not a lot of bad weather ahead. I've already set QNH at 1009 for the landing, and we can have a look at our airport. Civil Aviation shares this airbase with the Royal Australian Air Force. So here we've got runway 29 down here, so we'll be coming in from the west, so it's going to be a downwind. And if we look at the actual approach and we look at our waypoints, our next one is Donya, and there's Donya there. So for a runway 29, it's down here, big turn, come back, line up and land. So all our runway details, and it looks like our initial approach is going to be 3,000 feet. Decision height's 290, and I've already set that in here. down here at Barrow. Now the only other thing we've got to do is look at our VREF, and we'll make that 40 degree flaps at a 142 plus 5. We should be landing 147. That's coming in a bit hot. The frequency's 109.7. Put it in this side as well. And we've got 287 as our course. Yeah, we'll just drop this altitude down to about 15,000 feet. See whether we can control our descent. Yeah, we've got to be at Igloo at about 15,000. We're coming up on our top of descent now. And because the VNAV's not working, we'll have to organise that. I'll try altitude intervention first to see what happens. Okay, so nothing happened and the VNAV's not working. Let's see what happens here. She's going down. No, she's not, so we'll do a level change. Vertical speed. Wrong way. Let's go down about about 2,000. Gonna have to watch our speed now. Come back on the speed. 250. And just watch that. Watch our descent here. Now while we're going down, I'm going to put my fixed rings in. We're not down to 250 yet, but 260, we're not doing too bad. It'll want us at 240 anyway, so well, let's do that. And we might just slow it down a little bit. Give it a bit of drag. We've got to be at 26, so we're a little bit too high. Another 35 nautical miles to get down to 15, and we could probably increase that rate of descent a bit. Into the clouds. Bit of strobe flashing there. Surely that's not windscreen fogging up. We've got our we've got all our window heat on, so that shouldn't be a problem. So how we're going here, 15,800 roughly in 28. Much to see out there. Have an outside view. Well, lit up like a Christmas tree. It's odd, it should be dark. I'm looking at a Phantom aircraft then. Anyway, let's keep our eyes on this. Yeah, it's still got to get down a bit. Well, we've probably got a bit of chance to drop that altitude down when we on the downwind leg. Speed brake comes back on again. Still could come down a bit faster. Just watch our speed doesn't get carried away, but we are dropping off the speed. $13,000 above, we could be at Wacky at 11. Now, because we're in for a bit of a sharp turn, I think what we might do is increase our bank angle to 30 for the turns. And picking up some sort of localizer here, probably the back end. 4 nautical miles to get to 15. Still going to be a bit high. Probably close to about 16, 17. I'll drop that down to 10. Yep, we're still a bit high. On the downwind run now, let's have a look outside. It's like the airport over there. So the phantom look is gone now. Or the ghost look, whatever you want to call it. Get rid of our temperature, our anti-ice off. If I don't lose the speed, I lose the altitude, we can always just go straight ahead on this heading we're on now, so we'll just take it to 106. And see how we go. So yeah, not too bad now. And so I might let's take it down to 5 at this stage. Speed is a little bit high, but we hit that 11,000 in the next 3, then we can drop our speed right back to 240 and the vertical speed can come back. Gonna go close, very close. Gee, that was good. Very, very close. Okay, let's just stop that descent a bit down, just about 1800. And the speed will come down with that. Let's get our barrow over. Let's get some landing lights on. Bit early with the continuous, but let's get everybody seated. And the height for Darwin's about 100 feet. And we've got to be at Dacty at 6.2. Vertical speed looks like it's still okay. Pardon me. I think we can pull our speed brake in now. do some manual deceleration ourselves. Let's get our auto brake to 2. Speeding up a little bit, we might slow it down. $5,000. Let's go all out for 3. So we're at 6.5, got to be at 6.2 and 3, so we're a little bit ahead now, which is probably not a bad thing. Now I might start dropping that speed even down a bit further, now to 220. She'll slow down now, she makes the turn. We've got to hit that 3,000. I see the localizer coming across soon. We just need our speed down a bit, that's all. Pitch dark out there. And now we're picking up the glide slope. And we are nice and low. Just that speed could come down. We'll have to try and bring that down to 210.
1,000 to go.
So we are below the glide slope. Our localizer's coming across nicely, so we can hit that. Airport inside over there. Still got the speed brake out. Did we miss the glide slope? No, it's come alive again. Now our speed's starting to come down. Okay, flap 1. This will help slow her down. We can do away with the speed brake and we can arm it. Another flap. And the localizer is, sorry, the ILS. We can hit the approach. We're going to capture the glide slope. We've got it. Okay, now let's drop our speed right down to 165. And start taking some more flap. We're down to flap 5.
2,500.
10, sorry. Speed coming down. VREF was 147, so we may as well go to 147. Let's get the gear down. Flap 15. Speed coming down. Runway is in sight. 3 green up here. another flap. I think that was flap 25, and we're just going to do a flap 30. Flap 30. Darwin at night. Did he call? Probably called out 1,000 feet. My aircraft. Check.
Light slow. Light slow.
400.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
300.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
But too low.
Slow.
And
Light slow.
Minimums.
check. Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. $80 knots.
Check. Where's our turn off? Be to the right, I missed that one. We'll go for the next one. Should be a turn off just up here. And there it is. Welcome to Darwin. And let's clean her up. AP, you can come on. Now let's even, no, I won't put that on. Here we go. Now this is new scenery I've just loaded today for Darwin, so I'm not quite sure. Looks like there's a gate over there. Yep. I don't know, I think there could be a marshal on here. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to blind the poor bugger, so I really should turn off some of these lights, eh? Who's going to give me the wave? Nobody? Oh, it's automatic. Here we go. Auto docking. How about that? This is new. Whoa. Oh, it's not too bloody far. Does that mean that I can't get the gate to come over? Alright, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put the reverses on. Come on, back up. You going to back up? There we go. It didn't help. Oh, hang on, I'll put on the... See if it comes across. Nope. Auto gate not working for some reason. Oh, hang on, it might when I shut the engines down. What do you think? First off though, let's get the APU up and going. We can take anti-collision off. We're on steady there. Well, let's try this. Like I said, this is a new download. Well, there you go. No point doing a replay. Don't think we're going to see too much. I'll just give it one shot and see if it's worthwhile, but at night you can virtually impossible to see anything. I think I'm coming in here. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. Where I had to push her up. Yeah, that's where I was just too low. Well, I don't think that was all that bad. Might just see a bit from here, but not a lot, I don't think. Too dark. And I've taken away the that add-on for your descent calculations, speed, whatever it is, because I just don't think it's accurate enough. And there we are. So I'll end it there. We didn't have VNAV, but we managed to get it down, and the only thing I'm disappointed with was that approach, because I do like night flying, and I don't normally mess it up quite so much, but it still turned out okay. and I'm quite happy with that, with the flight in general. So to everybody who's watching it, thanks again, and see you next time.